It's my kind of crowd. I love drinking. Oh, I'm a big fan. I love drinking games. Still, you guys like drinking games? Oh man, I love drinking. Like I like beer pong. I like Flippy Cup. My favorite drinking game. Drink until you believe in yourself. It's a one-player game. You don't even need friends to play that one at all. You can do that one alone on a Tuesday while watching reruns of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Like that's within the rules. That's allowed. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I do. I love drinking. I had a buddy come up to me one time though, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to know I'm the best at drinking." I was like, "You mean like drinking games?" He was like, "Nah." I was like, "All right. What does that make you? Like a champion or an alcoholic?" All right guys, because like a champion wins things. A champion wins things like belts and trophies, but like he loses things. He loses things like car keys, driver's license, custody. Which I mean, I don't blame him. I lose things too. I lose things on a smaller. I lose things like credit score. That's what I lose. You know? I love drinking and online shopping. If I'm just being honest, I love it. A little bit of boozing and buying, whiskey and wish listing, absolute Amazon. I am my own secret Santa. Who wants that? That's great. I love it. I love it so much. Like the other day, I bought a straight razor, I guess, because one showed up to my house. And I think it's because, like, unlike that 22-year-old man, I cannot grow facial hair. So now whenever I shave, I'm like, oh, if I can't shave, I'm gonna be manly about it, you know, like a Gangs of New York character, just yeah. Like if I fuck up, I get deli meat, like that kind of shave. It's true though. It's fucked up but true, you know, because it's such a manly way to shave. Like it's super manly, like, because who needs all the safety and convenience of a Mach 3, right? Who needs that? Like, shaving with a straight razor, it's expensive, and time-consuming, and dangerous, and manly. But god damn it, Tina, if it don't make me feel like Dad'll love me. That's what it is. My buddy, he was like curious. He was like, "Hey man, how is it shaving with a straight razor?" And I was like, "Oh man, every successful shave feels like a failed suicide attempt." It does, because every time I'm done, I'm like, right, yeah. I don't know if I did this right, but I am bleeding. I'm drinking, back on drinking, like, I do fun things when I drink, like pranks. Who doesn't love pranks, you know? I mean, besides the person getting pranked, but fuck them. Shouldn't have been there. Well, my favorite prank right now is if I go into a men's room and there's a guy and like in the stall going number 2, and if he clams up like a normal human, what I like to do is I'll just go about my business. I'll use the urinal, I'll wash my hands, that's a lie, I'll just go to the door. Like I'll use the urinal, I'll go to the door, and I will open the door, and I will not leave. I then close the door, and then I wait. And then I just wait until he resumes business, and then I just shut off all of the lights and whisper, "It's never safe." One time a guy went, "I'll kill you!" I think I have time. That sounded like a difficult one, sir. I like drinking a lot. Like the other day, I was buying some beer at the liquor store. And I noticed that the liquor store clerk was wearing the same shirt for 5 days in a row. Yeah, I was like, this dude needs to get his shit together. And then I realized it was a uniform. And I've seen the liquor store clerk 5 days in a row. So I was like, we're gonna call this one a draw. I spend a lot, one thing I like about comedy is I travel a bit with it, which is pretty cool. I was in New York last year, and I was drinking, and I was waiting by the train, which, I love mass transit, because it's like, hey, I'm gonna get fucked up later. Here's $1, take me everywhere. But I'm waiting for this train, and the train's almost here. And I see this guy, and he's walking towards me, and he trips, and he falls like into the train pit. And I was like, ooh, this is probably gonna be bad. And then the train got him, and I was like, suspicions confirmed. But it goosed him, like it goosed, and he tumbled back, and then he was like still for a second. And then he just got up and went, "You got hit by a train!" So my trip to New York, it taught me two things. One, superheroes are real. And they are clumsy. That is my favorite. My favorite part is like how aggressive New York is. Because like it slowed everything down a little bit. Like they did check the tracks and the guy and all that. And so like a crowd formed. And then some dude was just not having it. Because he shoved his way through. And he just saw this guy just fine sitting in a chair. And he's like, "Oh, what? We gotta wait on this perfectly fine looking motherfucker? I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna fuck him up." No, you're not. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do to a guy who's immune to trains. Like, I don't care how good this dude's right hook is. It's not gonna do anything to a guy who got hit by a train and then talked shit to the train. And then like later that night I went to the bar and I was hanging out and a dude bumped into me and he spilled his Jaeger bomb on my phone. And then my phone wouldn't stop harassing young co-eds. And I was like, we gotta put a stop to that. There are people, looked around like, oh, my Bud Light. I threw some Bud Light on my phone. My phone would only unlock with high fives. So I was like, calm down, bro. Let's class it up. And I saw some red wine. And I was like, all right, let's threw some red wine on my phone. And my phone downloaded 50 Shades of Grey and wouldn't stop vibrating. I can't see you, but I'm interested. I was freaked. Well, are you saying like, well, I guess I am? That's fine. That's good. I got a family like most people. I have my brother, and my brother's a cop, which is weird. It's weird having a cop for a brother because like a lot of people don't like the cops, and they'll just be like, "Hey man, fuck the police." And I'm like, my brother's a cop, and then they're like, gently. Like if he's into it, like the handcuffs seem neat. I don't know. But it's weird having a cop for an older brother because like he used to pick on me and beat me up and torment me, just normal older brother stuff. But now like I'm afraid of cops, but I'm afraid of them for like a different reason. Like a lot of people get pulled over and they're like, "Oh man, I hope he doesn't give me a ticket." But like when I get pulled over, I'm like, "Oh man, I hope he doesn't fuck my girlfriend while I'm at camp." If he could just protect and not serve it, like that would be great. And I know that seems like a little bit of like an easy shot for like what's going on. Like, well, there's a lot of tension with cops and all that. And I know for a fact that some people become cops because there's that power and they want to use that power. But also I know for a fact that some people become cops because football didn't pan out. And they still just want a reason to go to high school parties. Ah, shit, the cops are here to see them titties. I love whoever, someone's over here and they laugh like the hyena from Lion King. It's my favorite. I think it is too, sir.
I'm sorry, you're hilarious.
Well, don't apologize for that. That'd be weird. It'd be like a doctor who killed somebody and was like, "Goddamn, I'm the best." I love it. It's great because you're the ringleader. You're like, "Ha ha!" And everyone's like, "Oh shit, we gotta go." It's great. I wasn't always a hilarious comedian. I used to be a server at a anyone ever been a server? Who's ever like a waiter or a server? If you didn't clap, go do it for 2 weeks and then reevaluate your life. Because it sucks, man. Like I used to be, first of all, tip them well. Like, you guys want to be here. They have to be here. That's just a true thing. So give them an extra couple bucks, it adds up. But like, I used to serve at a breakfast restaurant, which I hated it. And like, it didn't help that my boss would always say dumb things. He'd always say things like, "Ah man, crush the rush," or "it's an ease to please," or "you deserve to serve." Like, I deserve to serve? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, in a previous life, was I a professional puppy puncher? Is that how you end up here? Like, one time he's like, hey, but you gotta let your personality show. And I was like, you don't want that. I don't want that at all. Like, arguably, my personality is the worst part about me. And I know that because my friends have told me. Like, one time I had a friend look me in the eye and goes, hey man, your personality, more of a grower than a shower. Now I also don't know what that means, but I do know it's not gonna help me sell waffles. Like, that's... He also wants me to say, like, he wanted me to say things like instead of just being like, yeah, I'll get that, or like, I'll be right back, he wanted me to say like, my pleasure. What's my pleasure? No, my obligation. Yeah, I'd like to afford Netflix this month, so sure, like, that's where I'm at. Because like, I never want to be at a restaurant and then just be like, yeah, I'll have the cheese omelet, and I never want my waiter to be like, my pleasure. like, what? No, please don't fuck my omelet. Like, that's... Don't scramble those eggs. Like, that's... Leave them in one piece. And it was like a nice neighborhood, so like it was like people always had like a crazy, they're like, hey, I got a crazy request, and it never was, because it was always just like old waspy women and like they're like, hey, I got a crazy request, can I get some lemons for my water? I'm so bad. But like, it's never a crazy request. I wish I walked up to a table and just had someone be like, hey man, I got a crazy request. Kill my wife. Yeah, that's probably like an 80% gratuity, so... My pleasure? The worst part about it is, like, I started to hate sweet little old ladies. Just like sweet little grandma looking. Yeah, you work anywhere long enough, you start to hate the clientele. Because like, the thing I hated is, like, I'm just trying to do my job, and like, they know that I'm their one chance at like a social interaction for the day. It's sad but true. Go talk to an old person, it's your fault. But I'll just be like, hey, can I get you some coffee? And then they'll just sneak a story in. They'll just be like, can I get some coffee? And they'll be like, well, I had a cup of coffee earlier today. I was reading the newspaper, and did you read that article about that dog who saved that cat from that fire? Happened down the street from my niece, and I'm just like, is your niece gonna bring you some coffee? Is that why you brought it? Like, I have opinions on old people and their coffee. I never thought I'd ever get that far, you know? Like I get it, like old people that have like, I'm not talking old like 40 or 50, I'm talking like old, like they know what color the smallpox blankets were, like that, like that old. Cause like I hate, cause like if you're like wanting a cup of coffee all day, just all day from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, like I get that, you gotta keep your heart going at all costs. What I don't like is the one that have just like one cup of coffee and then you're like, hey, can I get you another cup of coffee? And they're like, no more for me, thanks. If I have any more, I'll be up all night. I'm like, shit, Grandpa, it is noon. What is wrong with you? Like, do you guys know how much coffee it takes for me to stay up all night? Cocaine. Like a Folgers scoop of cocaine. Yeah. Do you guys know that every time a suburban dad misses a soccer game, a dragon tattoo gets its wings? Yes, man. I love tattoos, man. I'm glad they're getting more accepted because, like, I think it's because tattoos are just getting better. I think they're just getting better on the whole. Because I remember as a kid, whenever I saw a tattoo, I'd be like, what's that tattoo? And the guy'd be like, this. It's just a dragon fucking a flaming skull. I'm really into skull fucking fire dragons. Hey, what's your mom doing? Like it's those kind of people. And honestly, like I have tattoos, you can see them. Like the only reason I want tattoos to be completely accepted is just because I cannot wait to see a doctor with a neck tattoo. That's just what I want. Because I mean, I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna be like, well, he's gonna do this wrong, but he looks rad as fuck. So, that's where I'm gonna be at. Like a doctor with a neck tattoo, that's too much like cool, too much ego. Cause you know he's gonna like he's gonna be the kind of guy that like as soon as he starts to have sex with somebody, he's gonna be like, the doctor is in. I apologize, first table. I have sex like an old steam locomotive. It's not good. He'll have other doctor-themed tattoos. They'll just have like an apple a day tattooed across his belly with an arrow pointing down. That's it's gonna call his dick the depressor. That's just. I don't care if you guys don't like that last part of the joke. That one's for me. Because it's so funny to me that there's a guy who's smart enough to be a doctor, but dumb enough to not realize that makes it sound like his dick makes people sad. Like that's my favorite part. Talking about tattoos. Oh yeah, tattoos. Sorry. People don't like, even though they're getting accepted, people don't really care like what, like if there's a long story behind it, people check out. Like if it has like a comma in the explanation, or if it's like longer than a tweet, people don't care. Which sucks for me because all my tattoos are like deeply personal and like kind of nerdy. So like if you ask me about my tattoos, I hope you like elves. That's where that's at. And I forget too, like I'll forget because like I get excited to talk about them. Like every now and again a girl at a bar will be like, ooh, what's that tattoo? That seems interesting. And I'm like oh, this is the Grey Horned Rats, the deity in the Skaven army, and like they're based more on numbers than just like overall strength, and it's kind of how they take out their foes, and it's kind of how they've always been. I just look at her and just all the interest has gone out of her face. I have to make something up and I'm like, I'm just kidding, it's a ram skull, because I love ramming puss. So I'm single. Yeah, I'm single. Ladies, look out, I'm gonna get you. But that's, all right, get you. That was, nope, okay. I'm a single guy. I know, like, I got some friends that have like, they have like a move. They've got a sweet move they do. I don't have that. Like, the closest thing I've ever had to a sweet move is like the other day I gave my number to a girl who works at a Wendy's. She did not ask for it. I was just like, here, I made this for you. And I just held it until she took it. I was just... And like, she didn't call me back, and in retrospect, I kind of get it. Because when I was there, I ordered a bowl of chili and a spicy chicken sandwich. So to her knowledge, my hobbies are being creepy and shitting. So that's not the guy I got. So like, to kind of circumvent that, I've made some pickup lines. Feel free to use these in the wild. These are great. It lets ladies know I'm creative and I'm interested, you know? So I'm gonna do a few of them for you tonight. Be like, hey girl, you got an ass like student debt. Constantly on my mind, and I'm pretty sure most of my friends have had it. Alright, we'll clean that. Hey girl, you got an ass like an avocado. Fat, but it's like the good kind of fat.
Yeah.
Like it's healthy is what I'm trying to get. No. It's the good fat. Are you just that against avocados, or like you hated that pickup line?
Hated it.
What? I appreciate the honest response. That's fine.
Avocados are delicious.
Fine. I got one more. But, hey girl, you got an ass like broccoli. I eat broccoli. I like that one takes a minute, but then also you learn who's fun. That's what I like that joke. Pickup lines don't always work, as that lady will let us know. They don't always work. I was at a bar, and there's two girls. They're sitting next to each other, and one of them just goes, "Yeah, he wanted to have his cake and eat it too." And then this guy just leans over and goes, "Hey, if you were a cake, and I had that cake, I would fuck that cake." All right, suddenly tall, blonde, and awkward. It's not so bad, all right, ladies? At least I'm not gonna make your birthday weird. Steve, we said blow out the candles. Let's calm it down. I do like eavesdropping on conversations, and I heard these two dudes talking, and the first thing I hear him say is just one of them goes, "What do you mean you wouldn't date T Swift?" I was like, I'm listening. Let's hear this response at this rural bar in Indiana. And his buddy's response, it really surprised me. Like, he took a breath and he was like, well, as you know, Taylor's a celebrity. She's a lady in the public eye. So, as her partner, I'd also be in the public eye, and I'm not in the best shape, so I don't think I can handle that kind of criticism from strangers, albeit due. And considering the fact that, I could go for a jog, lose some weight, eat right, but I don't think Taylor would want me to change for her, and I know I don't want her to change for me. And, if you really look at her lifestyles, she's a celebriton. She's globetrotting. She likes the finer things in life, like galas and balls. And I'm a simple man. I like to kick back, relax after a hard day's work, have a couple of beers, watch the game. So I think that kind of differentiating lifestyle would actually put a wedge between us, causing us to drift further and further apart. Despite the fact that we started out as the best of friends, the best of intentions, having the best of times. So no, I don't think I would date T Swift because it seems like an act of inevitability and futility. Oh no, guys, I'm sorry. He said, tits are too small. That's what he said. I wouldn't date her because she's a little young. Also it sounds like it ends up in a breakup, just because that's what it sounds like. But she seems young, and I'm not a big fan of like super young women, like 21, 22. It seems a little, I'm 28, so it's like, all right, whatever. Because I don't think they're gonna act how they really want to act, and I only say that because old ladies don't give a shit. They don't care at all. Like you guys have no idea how many times I was wearing that breakfast job, an old lady would just slam dunk my tip in the front of my pouch, and then just feel around with her tiny boogeyman hand and just a bone claw in the front pouch. And one time a lady took $1 back, and I was like, I apologize. I don't know. Can't help that. I like attractive ladies, you know what I mean? Like, I was out in LA for a little while, and I saw my first 10. Boom, 10. Perfect 10. I saw it, and he looked great. It threw me off. Like, cause first I didn't know that 10s existed in real life. I thought they were all Photoshop or CGI, because if you can make a dragon, you can make a Brad Pitt, so. And I almost ran into him, which was the problem, but I was just walking, and then I almost bumped into this statuesque man, and then my brain, I looked up, and my brain did 3 things all at once. It did 3 things. First of all, it was just like, fuck you, And my second thought was like, oh man, he looks great, you work out, I want to look like that. I want to look like that, And my third thought was, don't be a dick, give him a high five. The problem was, my brain was like, let's do all 3 of those at once. Because I just went, I want to fuck you. He didn't take it as a compliment like I thought he should have. Because if you think about it, if you're the most attractive man ever, it makes sense that ladies would like to have sex with you. But if there's a dude who's mad that he wants to fuck you, that's my new workout goal, guys. That's what I want. Next time I'm at the gym and the trainer's like, hey man, you want to get shredded? I'm going to be like, no, I want to get confusing. That didn't sound like full words. Yeah, I found out, I'm like a 1902 bodybuilder or like a 1996 Spider-Man. That's where I'm at. So I am single. Yes, I'll allow it. I've been dating around since I've been single. I've been dating around a little bit, and guys, I found out that I like to choke girls during sex. I found that out because the girl I was having sex with told me I did. I was just like, okay. I don't have a sexual preference of myself. I don't have you know what I mean? I'm just I'm just happy to be there. I'm just like a stepdad at a school concert. I'm like, this is nice. Thank you for the invite. But she was like a sexually advanced lady, which was cool, and she had to Google something, and I don't think think you should have to ever Google anything when it comes to sex, because I know that my body knew it wanted sex before I was having sex, because like I remember just being at the blackboard as a child, just with a boner, just going like, shit, I really love math. Oh yeah. But what happened is she was like, hey, do you want to try this thing? And I was like, yeah, I want to try this thing. And then I Googled that thing, and I was like, I don't want to do that thing anymore. I don't want to. Please don't. And the thing she wanted to try, it was pegging.
No.
All right, good, yeah. All right, so if you don't know what it is, well, good for you. But for those of you who don't know, pegging is when a lady, she puts on a strap-on dildo, and the man bends over, and that's as far as I got before I threw my phone. First of all, guys, like, if you do whatever makes you happy, don't hurt nobody, that's fine. Do whatever makes you happy. But I just don't like my butt involved in sex at all. My butt's a dull boy, guys. My butt, all work and no play. That's my butt. And I was like, I don't want this to happen. So I was like, oh, maybe I can get like a half a chastity belt, or just like a pog and a chain, or like some silver dollar and some duct tape. Just anything to let her know the road's closed. That's really it. Then I was like, no, I really don't want a chance of miscommunication here. But I also don't like confrontation, so I was like, you know what, be a man about it, get confidence. So I gathered all my strength and I texted the shit out of her.
Oh my God.
I was like, hey, maybe please don't fuck my butt. And she said no, on my way, eggplant emoji devil face. Anyone need to buy a dirty pog, or, no? Okay. Someone's like, I got a weird pug collection. I only like them if they've been involved in trauma. You guys are a lot of fun. I'm gonna end on a nerdy joke. This guy's gonna like it. It's a Star Wars joke. You guys like Star Wars?
I love it!
Fuck yeah. I love it. I love Star Wars a lot. I was rewatching the original trilogy the other day, and I noticed that they make a really big deal about that exhaust port. Like the guy's like, yeah, the only weakness is this 2-meter exhaust port. And then another guy's like, what, 2 meters? That's no bigger than a womp rat. And then Luke Skywalker, our hero, is like, I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back on my uncle's farm. Like, it was no big deal. Which, it does sound impressive until you realize that 2 meters is 6 fucking feet. That's a dumpster-sized animal, guys. So what he's doing is the equivalent of just like some redneck driving around on a 4-wheeler just taking pot shots at cattle. That's our hero? Luke Skywalker's just a big old space hillbilly. That's all he is. Like he grew up on a farm. He hates sand people. He even made out with his sister. So, like, if that doesn't scream, the Force will rise again, I don't know what does. But Yoda, take the wheel. I'm Tyson Cox. You guys are great. Thank you very much.